What is good, my friends? It's your boy, Austin Wayne, back with another episode of The Answer Key, where you guys got the questions and I got the answers. Stop whatever you're doing. Go ahead and like, subscribe to this video, leave a comment in below, let me know what you think so far. We got another amazing week of football ahead of us for the Week 2 slate. If you lost some of your bets last week, that's in the past. Put it behind you, get your backbone straight. I'm putting on the gambling hat. Let's do this shit. Alright, here we go. Get your pen and paper out. We're jumping right into it. First game of the Week 2 slate. We got the Los Angeles Chargers heading to the Kansas City Chiefs crib for, of course, the showdown on Thursday night. Divisional matchup, my favorite. I hate both these teams, but I mean, we got a good matchup on our hands. You know, we got an amazing defense versus an amazing offense. This is a trick game. They're trying to play you with the total. I'm going to tell you that off the rip. I do think Pat Mahomes is probably a better quarterback, but he's playing a much harder defense this week. The spread is 4.5. This is going to be a close game. I'm buying it up 1.5 to Chargers +6, but I am taking the Kansas City offense to dominate late in this game, so I'm taking KC outright. The total is 54 points. Like I said, this is the trick game. I think everyone's going to be watching this. No need to score a lot of touchdowns. I'm still buying it to 55.5. I'm taking the under on this game. Next game, we got a good running back matchup. We got the Carolina Panthers heading to the New York Giants house. C-Mac versus Saquon. Who's got the better offensive line? Who's got the better quarterback? Probably the Panthers. And I do think people are still sleeping on Panthers defense. I just think that Saquon made a couple crazy plays last game. I'm feeling it. I think I'm picking the Panthers +3 in this matchup. I'm taking them as the underdog, the money. And then this is going to be an under. I do think that Daniel Jones is going to struggle in this game. I'm doing under 44.5 points. Moving along, we got the Indianapolis Colts heading to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Another divisional matchup. They get 2 divisional matchups in the first 2 weeks. Interesting. You know, I'm deeply saddened by the Colts. I think their performance was a little bit depressing. I do think they come back in this game and make a statement. Jonathan Taylor runs wild for like another 160 yards or something. I'm taking the Colts at -4 in this game. So I am taking them in the money line. And I am going to take this over 44.5 points. The total's 45.5. I'm buying a point down. Over 44.5. Easy. Next game, we got the Miami Dolphins heading to the Baltimore Ravens. I'm a big Lamar Jackson guy. I was kind of underwhelmed with Miami's performance for offense last week. I mean, Waddle didn't really do much. Tyreek Hill had a couple plays, but I mean, he's always going to have his couple plays. You know, they're playing a much better defense this week in the Baltimore Ravens. I do think this is where Lamar Jackson makes a statement, though. I know he came off kind of slow in the Jets game. In this game, I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins, though, at +5. I think it's going to be a close one in the end. I will take Baltimore Ravens outright to win this game, though. And I do think this is a under 45.5 points. Under 45. Easy. Moving along. We got the New England Patriots heading to the Pittsburgh Steelers house. I think TJ Watt might have gotten hurt, but overall, I do think that Pittsburgh Steelers is still a better team. Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, Mitch Trubisky is still looking fine, honestly. He looked great week 1. You know, Patriots, I'm not too sure on Matt Patricia. They could win it, but I just don't think so. The bookie has the Patriots favored. I'm taking the Steelers in this game at +3 points. I'm also taking them for the money outright, and this is going to be an over 40 points. That's a tricky spread. Could be an under, but I'm going with over 40 points. 24-21, something like that. Next game, you got the New York Jets, sadly, traveling to the Cleveland Browns. No one's going to be watching this game, so I do think a couple more points are going to be scored than people think. I'm just not there with Jacoby Brissett. I don't think I believe in him. I do think that the Jets get it together after a week of sorrow. The spread is 6. I'm taking the Jets to cover that. I'm going to buy a point, give them 7 points, but I'm not taking them outright. I will take the Cleveland Browns to win this game outright, and then I'm going over 40 points. Over 40 points. You know what? I changed my pick. I'm going to go under 40 points on that game. Under 40 points. Yeah, I'm changing my mind. I don't think either quarterback is very good. Under 40. Next game, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. Usually Saints have been whipping up on the Bucs the last couple times. I do think this is like a farewell tour for Tom Brady, though. I was kind of disappointed in the Saints' performance. They might pull it together this week, but they're both good defenses, honestly. This is a tough one. Toss up for a divisional matchup, of course. I'm going Tampa Bay Bucs. The spread's 2.5. I'm taking the Bucs at -2.5. I'm taking them outright, obviously, and this is going to be an under 44 points. Moving along. Washington Commanders heading to the Detroit Lions. Washington looked good at the end of the game. I'm not gonna lie. But then again, Detroit put up a lot more points than I thought they would on that Philadelphia defense. I think Aiden Hutchinson gets it together this game. I think the receivers, start to gel. Jared Goff finally has one of his 4 games he's going to win this year. I'm taking Detroit Lions at -1.5. Not buying any points. Of course, that means I'm taking them outright. And this is going to be an over. The total is 48.5. I'm buying a point down, so over 47.5 points for this game. That's my final decision. Moving along, we got the Atlanta Falcons traveling to the Los Angeles Rams crib. The Rams have had plenty of time to prepare for this team, and I think they're going to beat them, honestly. This is the spread is 10.5 points. I want to buy a point and give Atlanta 12, but after all the time they've had to prepare and getting their butt whipped by those Bills, I think they got something to prove. I don't think the Rams are done at all this year. So I'm taking the Rams at -9 points for this matchup. Obviously, I'm taking them outright, and I'm going to go with the over in this matchup. The total's tricky, 46.5. I'm buying a point down, and I'm going to go 45.5 points over. Next game, we got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to the San Francisco 49ers crib. Geno Smith looked amazing last week. It's crazy how he beat the Broncos, I think. I was thoroughly entertained. Spread is looking at 9.5 points. I don't think I'm going with San Fran unless they put Garoppolo in, which I don't think they're going to. San Fran's defense is good, but I'm pretty sure Geno is like undefeated against the spread. I saw that, so their defense looked a little better than I thought it was too. I'm gonna give it to Seattle in this one, plus 11 points. I'm buying a point and a half. I will give it to the 49ers to win outright, though. And this is going to be, the total's 41.5. I'm buying a point, obviously, so 42.5 points under. My final answer on that one. Next, we got the Cardinals going to the Las Vegas Raiders house. This is going to be a good one. The Raiders are playing a much softer defense than the Cardinals. Devontae Adams was on fire. Connection still alive and well. I don't think they're going to have Rondale Moore. No DeAndre Hopkins, of course, for the Cardinals. I think the Raiders got something to prove in this matchup. Spread's a little tricky, though. 5.5 points. I'm going to buy that down. I'm still taking the Raiders. -4 points in this. Obviously, taking the Raiders outright. And then I am going to take the under in this matchup. I do think the Las Vegas defense is better than most people think. Josh McDaniels likes to run the ball, and I don't think that Arizona's going to do much. So I'm taking the under at 52.5 points. Moving along, got the Bengals traveling to the quarterbackless Dallas Cowboys. I'm salty that the Bengals lost the last game. I think they got cheated, but hey, give it to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I did take them. I was proud of my pick. The spread here is 7.5 points. It's gone up a little bit. So that makes some sense. I do think that Cincinnati is going to go in this game, score some points. Yeah, I'm gonna take Cincinnati in this game. I'm buying a point and a half. The spread's 7.5. I'm taking it down to 6 points for Cincinnati. So I'm taking them with the spread and outright. And honestly, I'm going to take the under in this game. The total's 41.5. I'm buying a point, 42.5. Under is my pick, just because I don't think Cooper Rush is that good, and the Dallas defense should be able to slow down the Bengals just a little bit. So I'm taking the under 42.5. Houston Texans traveling to the Denver Broncos house. I think the Denver Broncos are mad. Texans got lucky last week by tying the Colts. The spread in this game is 10 points. I think the Broncos, like I said, got something to prove. Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton start snapping. Russell Wilson probably has a rushing touchdown in this game. In their house, definitely minus 10. I'm going Denver Broncos in this game, so I'm taking them outright as well. And I am going to take the over in this game. The total is 45 points. I'm buying 1.5 points, so over 43.5 is my prediction for this game. Next game, we got the Chicago Bears traveling to the Green Bay Packers house, divisional matchup. Bears played great in the end. Defense is looking really solid. Green Bay didn't have much to show for against that San Francisco. The Vikings, excuse me. What am I talking about? I'm still thinking about the San Francisco game. Vikings whooped their butt. But I think this is the trap game. I think that the world thinks that Chicago is going to keep this game close and stay within this spread. I disagree. I think the Packers get together this matchup. As Rodgers says, he owns the Bears. So I'm taking the Green Bay Packers in minus 10 in this game. Obviously, I'm taking them outright as well. And then I'm going to choose in this game the under. The total's 42. I'm going under 43.5. I don't think Justin Fields does much in this game at all. He's going to get too much pressure up front. Packers take this game for sure. Next game, we got the Tennessee Titans traveling to the Buffalo Bills house. Buffalo Bills, they got plenty of time to prepare for these Tennessee Titans. Something in my heart, the spread is 10. For some reason, my heart is telling me to take these Titans on the spread. I think Derrick Henry, I remember him stiff-arming Josh Norman. For something tells me that the Titans are going to keep this closer than people think. Yeah, Mike Vrabel is going to have plenty of time. I'm going to take the Titans in this matchup, plus 11. Call me crazy. Hit me in the comments. Call me crazy. I do think the Bills will win this game, but Titans plus 11. And this is going to be 49.5 or 49 points total. I'm taking the under in this, actually. Yeah, so under 50.5 points is what I'm going. I think everyone's going to be watching this one. I think Josh Allen runs into problems for some reason. So under 50.5 points. And the last but not least, out of the one of the two Monday night matchups, going to be hard to pick which one I want to watch. We got the Minnesota Vikings heading to the Philadelphia Eagles crib. Probably the game of the week in my eyes. They got it close. 2 points is the spread. Just because, I know you're going to hate me when I say this, guys. Just because Rieger came from the Eagles and went to the Vikings, Dalvin Cook was looking pretty good. I'm going to take the Vikings in this game for the money. The spread's 2. I'm taking them at plus 3 just in case Philly beats them by a last-minute field goal. I'm taking Minnesota Vikings plus 3 and the money line. And I am going to take the under in this game as well. Total's 50.5 points. So I'm gonna buy this point. Under 51.5 points is my prediction. I think both defenses are really good. I don't know if the offenses are going to be able to put up that much points, honestly. That's just my prediction. So, yeah, Vikings is going to take that game. That was it for the Week 2 slate. I'm not going to talk your guys' ear off. If you agree with my picks, let me know. If you disagree, don't let me know. Actually, let me know. Just playing. If you like all this content, guys, please like and subscribe. I'm looking forward to hear from you guys. Who's ready for some football? I am.